Hi everybody, welcome back to us up here at the storage yard. Now, Tom and I have just finished cleaning the roof, and you would have seen that in a previous video, and I mentioned that we were going to do a full and comprehensive product review of the Silky products which we've used to clean the roof. So as the byproduct of us cleaning the roof, the sides of the Caravan are completely filthy from all the rubbish that's come off of the roof. So we thought this would be a really good example and a great time for us to show you how good the Silky products are. So let me introduce you to all the products and then I'll show you our first step. Okay, so here we go. Here's the products that we're going to be using today. Silky, obviously, as you know, produce the cream cleanser, and that's perfect for the Caravan, the boat, and any PVC surface. But also they produce an EnviroWash product, which is a pH neutral shampoo. But also there's some aftercare products here as well. There's a cutting compound aimed mainly at the marine market. But if you've got oxidized fiberglass panels, you can use this cutting compound and it will reduce the oxidization that you have on the panel. There's another product here as well, which is a fine shine, which is the second stage of the polishing process, and that produces a swirl-free finish. And then finally, there's the Polish and Valley, the super sealant here, which you can use for protecting the surface of your Caravan all season long. Right, okay, so the very first task that we're going to use is we're going to use the wash here, the EnviroWash, and what we're going to do is we're going to put it into our spray bottle. Now, you would have seen from our channel, we've got a previous video on how to clean a Caravan, and you would have seen us using some pump-up spray bottles. Because we're here in a storage yard, we don't have access to a hose or fresh running water, so we have to bring all the water with us. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a few drops of this into our pump-up sprayer, and then we'll wet the back of the van. Right, okay, so Tom's filled up the wash into the sprayer, pumped it all up, ready for us to use. Thank you, Tom. And I now just come in and take the glory. And all we're going to do is we're going to wet the entire back of the van down. So I don't know if you can see that there's quite a lot of muck there on the van. And all we're doing is we're liberally getting everything soaked, trying to encourage as much of the muck to run off the van as we possibly can. So now what we're going to do is try and let that run off and take as much grit with it as we possibly can. And then we're going to start using the cream cleanser. Right, I've zoomed into this part here because I hope you can see how much filth there actually is. In fact, let me do that again. I hope you can see how much filth there actually is on the Caravan. So what we're going to use here is we're just going to use the Silky cream cleanser. And my father used to use this stuff when we used to clean our Caravan as a young boy back in the 80s, and this stuff has not changed in over 40 years. So what I'm going to do, just for the purposes of here, I'm going to use the cream cleaner on this panel to show you how white I can really bring it back and how much dirt we can get rid of. I think you can see already how much of the streaks have been removed already, and there was, prior to us doing the roof today, there was already some fairly horrendous black marks on the back of the van which were caused by a filthy roof. Now I'm just going to share with you a top tip here. We're at a fairly tricky area here around this handle, so what I tend to use here to try and get into the nooks and crannies, just use a clean brush here, and you can really get in, and you can see there's green coming out of here, for goodness sakes. You can really get in behind the handles, you know, areas that your brush and your cloth just cannot grab into. Now, it's a good idea to do this all around your light clusters as well, which we will be doing in a minute as well. And then just carry on using the cleaner. And this is the cleaner, this is what it looks like inside. And just take a smear of the cleaner and just liberally rub it over, and it turns almost soapy when you start rubbing it over your surfaces, and it's incredibly gentle, it's incredibly versatile. So it's not just for caravans, it's for motorhomes as well, and for boats. But I don't know much about boats because my wife wouldn't let me have one, much to my annoyance. Okay, so what we've done here is we've just cleaned off as much as we can here. Now we're going to give it a damn good wash down and see what it looks like. But I hope you can see already what a difference that really has made to the back of the van. Now obviously this is just a demonstration for me to show you how good the cream cleaner is. And you know what? That is incredible. What doesn't come off on the video, I don't think too well, is literally the shine and the feel of that. But this is just the first step in a really comprehensive cleaning program. What we're going to do in a minute is, once I actually clean the back of the caravan completely, we're then going to make a start and really cutting into this fiberglass panel here, because in some areas it's quite dull. So what we're going to do is we're going to really clean it up, and then you'll see the difference. Right, now that that is washed down, what we need to do is wipe it down and get it nice and dry, ready for the next phase. Right, so the next step in the process is using this. Now this is specifically designed for marine applications, so on your yacht. But as you can see, this ain't no yacht. But this is really good for fiberglass panels. Now we've got some oxidization on this rear panel, which means that it just always, no matter how much we try and clean it, it never shines. So what I've done is I've literally used this on a microfiber cloth, and I've gone around the entire back of the van in a circular motion. I've let it dry for about 5 minutes after applying this, and Tom's literally buffing it off as we speak. Now we've concentrated on this piece here, only on this panel here, because this is the bit that was always the worst, and we just wanted to see if it made any difference at all. How's it coming, Tom?
Shiny.
So we've noticed some bad areas once we've gone over it. Generally it's looking fantastic, but we've noticed a couple of areas which just need a little bit more work. And so what Tom is doing now is just going back over it with the high cut cotton compound originally, and he's just using it very sparingly on his finger. Did you feel it break away? Did you feel it go? Yeah?
Yeah, I felt it.
Off camera though, Tom and I were just talking. I don't think we've ever had this back panel this clean, ever. It's always been cleaned, but it's never looked shiny as it does at the moment. And I think you can see already how shiny it is. I mean, there's certainly lots of reflections coming out of it now. Okay, so the next step we're going to use is we're going to use this Finish Shine here, which is a final buffing compound, so it's a slightly less aggressive as the first one, and we're going to give this a go now, and we're going to go right over the back panel again as we did before. And white is always a difficult colour to show on the camera. Okay, so that's it. That's pretty much it, all shined up. The only thing we're left to do now is to use the Super Seal, but as you can possibly see, it's now started to cloud over and it's threatening to rain. So we're going to leave this one for another day, but this just gives us a really nice shiny sheen and a protection over the whole surface for the rest of the year. But I think that's it from us. The products themselves are, well, I think they're really good actually. They're surprisingly good. Up until now, we've been using sort of, Maguire's car polishes and cutting compounds, etc. that we've been using. But this stuff has been specially formulated for the leisure industry, so that includes motorhomes, caravans, yachts, boats, dinghies, and obviously your PVC windows at home. So that's it from us today. I highly recommend this. This isn't sponsored, by the way. This is just us picking up the products and giving them a go off of our own back. I think, to be fair, we're going to swap now over from what we were using before over to the Silky range, because I find this stuff absolutely fantastic. So there we go. I hope that's been insightful for you. We've now got a clean back of the Caravan, a clean roof. It's just the other 3 sides left to go.
Well, the front's alright.
Oh yeah, we did do the front, that's true. It's just the 2 sides left to go now. Yeah. So there we go, guys. That's our review of the Silky products for you today. Hope you've enjoyed it. Any questions or comments, put them down below. We'll see you next week. Bye.